Happy spring, everyone. Today's Friday. To have an easy project for you to do. Actually, there's different levels so you can challenge yourself, but you just need colored pencil and marker. Copy paper is fine unless you're gonna wet the paper. So today was flash flood warning. Doesn't feel like spring. I heard the 78 freeway is totally flooded over by El Camino. And it's a good time to stay indoors, right? And do art projects. So I have some bunnies that we're gonna do, and you can just pick the one that works for you. If you wanna challenge yourself and do some other ones, try them all if you like, okay? All right. Okay, here's some different bunnies I have. Probably an easier one is this one. It's not finished, and I'll show you some details we can do to kind of spruce him up. This one probably next, these two, and then this is the challenge one. This is colored pencil on black paper, but I did have to use for the white areas just a regular chalk, a white chalk that I sharpened so it was pointy. Okay, let's get started with the first one. Now you're gonna use, I just have copy paper. You're gonna use a pencil first, but I'm gonna use a marker just because I think it's easier to see. And so the bunny's shape of his head is kind of like a rounded triangle. So one way to do that is you can make a circle and then overlap. See what overlap is? It's going on top of that other shape, and then maybe the same size. So it doesn't stick out that much past his face, and that's how I can get that shape of his head. Okay, and then just a neck, ears. Okay, now you're gonna be doing this in pencil, so these lines will erase. So what it'll look like is, well, he's kind of lopsided. And so see how that made his cheeks stick out. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a heart nose and a line. I'm gonna do this, and then I'll do these oval eyes. You can start these out as ovals and then make them pointy. And of course, whiskers. Now you can add whatever you want to these. If you want Easter eggs, ovals, overlap them. Okay? And then you can decorate those however you want. And I'll show you at the end to give you some ideas. You can put some carrots in there because bunnies like to eat carrots. I don't know what the top of the carrot leaves look like. Okay. My bunny has no arms. I guess I should give him an arm. Okay, and then later those lines get erased, right? That's it. What if you wanted to do, though, a basket? I don't have room. I'll do one on the next picture. Okay. Next is this guy. And same thing. I gave him kind of funny eyeballs. You can give them crazy eyes if you want. So I skipped a step, notice, but you can do how that fits in there. These are overlapping too, and they're overlapping here. So that's the shape of his head. Okay, and it's kind of the same thing, only we're gonna make his body turn sideways, and he's holding a big egg. Now, I want his body to go this way, so I'm going to do 2 circles that overlap That's gonna be his tail. And then right here, his back leg. And then I think I did, oh yes, his arm. You can just do an oval. Okay. Now I have him holding on to, whoopsie, a big giant egg. But you can make a basket. I think I have a basket in the other one. And look at how I did the other way to do that egg shape, because one side of an egg is a little fatter. So see how that circle's bigger? And I think I'll make his eyes like this. And then you're gonna color, you can outline it with markers. Let's see, what should I do? Okay, I'll put a basket here. There's eggs in there. Okay. Now let's go back to, oh no, let's do this one. I'm going really fast, but you take your time and rewind it if necessary. Oh, there's a bunny there. I thought that was a blank page. I've been practicing bunnies. Okay, this guy might be a little harder to see, so I'll darken some of the lines right away. Okay, he is got this shape circle, and then I think I did ovals that time for his cheeks, so you end up like that. And then I did a circle, and then I did an oval down here. His tail, his back leg, and then another back leg. So this is the guy that was holding the basket. And I just did some Easter eggs. You can see, you can overlap these later on. You're not going to draw this dark. Later on they will not show up where you overlapped. You just pick out which egg you want to be in front. Probably I would have these two in front, so I would erase that line. Okay, and here's his ears. Going back. Makes him look dizzy. Okay, oopsie, nose. And, okay. I'm not gonna do this one right now, but I'll talk about it later because I want to stop the video right now and then I'll show you some ideas I did for color. Okay, I'm back. So on this one, I'm just gonna put like around his eyes. Oh, first of all, I did on the side, this hairline. So I did his hair sticking out a little bit. And just gonna outline with Sharpie. And then I forgot to leave the white spot, but when you color it in, you can make a circle, and that's the highlight in his eye, shiny spot. Okay? Then you can have fun with this and make it, you know, do all these lines like it's his fur. So this fur would go this way. And inside the eye, you can do eyelashes, you can make fur lines, whatever you want to do. Okay? You can add whatever you want in the background. You can give him a little buck tooth. I really wanted his eyelashes to show up. You could make his whiskers curly on the end. You could decorate inside of his ear. Okay, I'm not gonna color these in because I wanna see what you guys come up with. Okay, the next one. It looks a little bit different. Oh yes, I changed. I put it in a basket instead of an egg. So out of all these lines, you remember I had these circles in here and I erased them. So I just have this shape, kind of a rounded triangle for his head. Okay? You can make dots in his ears. You could put flowers in there, anything you want. And then, remember I was telling you about, let's see, I can make that a basket. Look. Pick out which egg you want to be in front. So if that one's in front, then this one's behind. You don't see through it. And then there's one there, and one there. And you can decorate these, you know, one can be polka dots. Here's his hand, supposedly holding onto the basket, and make the little paw lines. And here's his body, so I'm going to connect these. I can make his tail a little floofy. Paw lines. Okay, there's his belly. And so the pencil lines I'm going to erase when I'm all done. Crazy whiskers. Curly whiskers. I guess this can be fur here. Okay. All right. Next one was this one. I don't remember which was the demo. I think this one was. So remember, decide what egg is in front. Okay, and then you can decorate them how you want. You can use color. You can use markers or colored pencil. Anything. Here's the basket. Remember, the opening is going to be an oval, and then there's that. I was trying to make his hand turn around, so what I did here is I did an oval this way, and then an oval this way. An oval this way, and then an oval this way. And his head shape, here's the circle, and then this is the one where I used ovals. He looks like Bugs Bunny. His ears are going back, and this one you can't see all of it. Whoops, I made him kind of skinny. Oh well. This Sharpie's a little bit big. If you have a fine, ultra fine point Sharpie, it might be better. My paper is 8.5 by 11. Oh, he looks mad. Okay, that's all right. And this is a white area on his chest. Okay. Carrots. That's what I'm cooking right now, carrots. Okay, so you get the idea of that. And like I said, use the markers or colored pencils. Draw light in the beginning. This one I did on black paper and it's just with colored pencil except for these white areas. I had a hard time with the white colored pencil, or even I have a charcoal white pencil. It didn't work really well. So I happened to have a piece of white chalk that I sharpened it and made it pointy so I could do these details. But pretty much, oh, I put colors away. Pretty much I just used these colors. So I started out and did his whole body with this one. Sometimes you have to press harder for it to show up lighter. So this is just a light ochre, and then I use this burnt sienna as a brown, and that's in those areas. And I made, you know, notice how I made the fur go the way it would lay on his body. Oh, I forgot to do the demo drawing for that. Excuse me, would be, oh, you can't see. Let me go over the other colors really quick. So I use this in the background, the greens. I don't have a black. I think some of my students have used up all the black. That is the most used color, so I need to order more. And that's okay, because I ended up using blue, and I actually kind of like it. This is blue for the shadows. Here's the white charcoal, which it didn't want to work on top of the colored pencil. So I happen to have a piece of chalk that I got pointy. I sharpened it. And this is my chalk. And there's the blue I used for the shading. So that was, I hope I'm not out of range. He's kind of turned sideways, so his head, and then I did another overlapping oval this way, and then his cheek, right? So his head has this kind of like peanut shape, almost. And then right here is like the oval eye, and across is the other one, which you can hardly see. The middle of the face. Okay, his body's going off that way, and it's going off this way. So I kind of adjusted the lines a little bit. You know, I had it too fat before over here. And then the ears, you can see the inside of the ears. Okay, and that's how I started. And I started with this color over his whole body, going the way the fur goes. All right. I will see you guys sometime after Easter. And I'm happy about the rain. Actually, things are going to be so green and blooming everywhere. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.